I think that what we're going to do is focus on Paisley Park. Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, this was another great story, wasn't it? And day 3 is almost like we were looking for a story.
Well, there was no shortage of them anyway.
To start with, it was almost like they just kept coming and coming, didn't they?
The script writers earned their crust this day. I just was so taken by Paisley Park in this race, and several times throughout the race I thought he was going to be beaten. It is a division in which we've seen horses dominate before, multiple winners, big bucks of course, a great champion in recent years, English Driver before that. This horse just has the biggest engine and biggest heart, and if they went another 2 furlongs he'd have put another 20 lengths between them. Look at him here, you think, God, he's done, right? But as soon as he hits the bottom of the hill and he gets balanced, this horse just takes off like a jet plane. I can just see him. I don't see other horses. Everything else in this race has essentially tried and failed in this division already. So the question is, if something comes out of this year's novice division to challenge him, maybe City Island, he's probably a type to be kept hurdling rather than chasing. But look at him, he gets stuck in. Look, like the ground he makes up, he's so resolute. Like you've got Faheen, Super Sunday, Sam Spinner, Bo Home, all put to the sword.
He was going so fast down to that final flight as well.
He fluffed his lines in the last, didn't he? But he looks like a horse on the crest of a wave, doesn't he? He's just getting better and better.
I can see him dominating. I can imagine myself in 2 years' time saying 3-time winner.
He looks like the type. He's got all the credentials that you would say that Paisley Park could mop up a few of these.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's very, very rare that I'm tempted by something like 3-1, 12 months in advance. But I'd be very, very close to taking the 3-1 because he's going to come back next season and he's going to mop up a couple of long distance hurdles in Newbury or Ascot or wherever the hell he turns up.
What price would he have to be for you to have an anti-post bet at this stage, seeing as you like him so much?
I missed the 4s earlier in the week, and I was about to try and get the 4s and I missed it. I would have taken 4s. I mean, he's a price to get back there in the same sort of health. We don't know what the opposition is going to be that's going to come out from this year's division to challenge him. But that aside, what we do know is that Paisley Park is a very, very high-class 3-mile hurdler. And nothing of this year's division that ran in that race is going to beat him in next year's race, assuming that everything comes back in the same state. So very exciting for obviously Emily Noel.
He's really exciting, because unless I'm a complete chicken or I'm just way too thrifty, I couldn't possibly think about having a 3 or 4 or 5-1 bet on a jumper at this stage for
a year in advance.
A year's time. It's just, that's just not me.
Can I borrow your crystal ball?
No, but, as I said, I didn't back him. I'm just saying I'm so close to it. Like, but I think back to, I think I remember taking 2-1 about big bucks for a second one throughout the autumn, say September, October, November. There's a bit of after timing for everybody now, but to light them up. But I did, because I just thought that there's so little in the division. I think he's probably a little bit overpriced relative to, say he was trained by Mullins or Joseph or Nicky or Paul Nichols, and it's a bit of a stupid remark. I often beat myself over, but I'm saying it in the middle of it again. If he was trained by Willie Mullins, more fashionable trainer, but Emma Lavelle knows how to train a good horse.
Deadly, yeah, absolutely deadly. She's got a great setup. Can I just quickly ask you as well, because I know that you've been involved in bookmaking. You know, you spent some time with Paddy Power, Bet Bright, all of those companies. In terms of anti-post markets at this stage, like how much money would bookmakers actually be taking?
Nothing, little. Like like a few $100. Like that doesn't, because it's 12 months out, it doesn't mean that they're not making mistakes. And I think there's definitely some mistakes there. But very, very little, and it's very, very casual money. Like,
well, that's great. While you're here, we can chat about that. You know, that what you might actually pick out a price that it could be an absolute bonkers.
Yeah,
price.
I think there's a bonkers price coming up, and we'll get to it later on.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully we don't run out of time, because we have to press on.